Welcome everybody to my channel. So today we are going to continue about the same stuff, how elites have confused you, how elites are uh, controlling you, and this time for real. Like what I'm going to tell you about all these things, it will not be about some conspiracy theory or some buzz thing or to get famous, this and that. All right, this is a actual information. Let me clarify one more thing. So we are living in a time where everything is regulated, everything is controlled, everything is managed. We have to follow the policies of platforms as well, and it's really difficult to go through all this and the content that you are creating that becomes like, for example, if I start talking things directly one to one, me to you, so I cannot say a lot of things, at least on YouTube. I can say a little bit on more on some other platform like Rumble and your ODC and BitChute. They allow more freedom of speech as compared to YouTube. I don't understand what's going on with YouTube. YouTube is working against the creators, working against the honest people. So there's something right wrong with YouTube's policy. Anybody can claim your content as their own. Okay, and even when you show them evidence and everything else, there's issue with the policies. You have to still file a court case for your videos that somebody is stealing. Okay, and the court case starts with a heavy amount, so not everybody can afford it. And then you have to file the court case in America, not India or other countries. So a few people have tried to steal my intellectual property when they were just like lazy people. What lazy people, psychopaths, do is they've tried to find exploits, and I will explain this in a little bit. So those people who want to support my channel, my efforts, so this is my buy me a coffee account. All right, let me make it bigger. Yeah, it's just go to buymeacoffee.com/ backslash being unshakable. So you can become a member if you want. It's totally up to you. Information still stays free. You can utilize it, and I uh, motivate you to utilize it rather than just learn it and throw it away. So let's get back to the core of the issue. So this is what the face of the earth looks like right now. It has been becoming more and more like this every single day. This is the state of Israel. Latest from Al Jazeera. This is, I don't know whether it's Israel. Okay, it's Palestine. Some country. Looks like Palestine. I cannot confirm. Could be Israel. This is the state of Israel right now. US war with Iran. So this is the cloud, dark cloud of smoke is coming out of the residential area or I don't know office. This is the state of Britain, France, and Canada condemn Israel's expansion to Gaza war. All right. So Middle East war. Toll from US Israel strike on Iran rises. This probably is Iran. The point of me to show you these pictures is not to be accurate and this and that. It It can be any country, it can be any place. All right, there are here a few more. This is apparently Israel. So this is the state of current country where they claim to be elites. They claim to be rich people, all sorts of rich people, all sorts of technology, this and that. And this is the reality, core reality of the world. So why we keep on landing on this same situation? Why we cannot grow past the situation? The issue is simple. When I say elites, or somebody else, you hear elites talking about elites, and elites are so advanced, elites are so far away, far beyond everything that we know, this and that. See, if there exist some elites and they're still human, or they are physical entity, physical being with biology, and they are bound to same natural law, same nature. And natural law, not some garbage invented terms by Mark Passio, invented rules. Seven deadly sin by Mark Passio. All his invented terms are bullshit to satisfy his self-aggrandizement. Will not do, will not fix anything, but it will make this person some sort of Aleister Crowley something. Mark Passio has a lot of things wrong. And the problem is he's deluded himself. He has deluded himself and he's deluding his followers. So this is the state people are going to land into if they learn something wrong and they believed it and they base their lives around it. So Mark Passio talks about harming others is wrong. But he harm others and he thinks that that is how he's helping, and people are crying and saying that this is not good, this is not right, and he's still harming. And then he will preach you that don't coerce people. All right, don't force your will on other people. It's hilarious. I was watching his video. He's still, so it's hilarious how this person is blinded by his own actions, and he's not even blinded, he is choosing. He knows damn well what he has done, knows damn well what his group members are doing, but he want to run the narrative. He thinks that people are stupid enough, they will never look into the actions of him. They will keep falling for the deluded narrative that he has created. On top of all that, Mark Passio still uses satanic things, like he claimed to expose when he get really mad, when he get a little bit slighted, not a lot mad even. Once you start to expose or talk or something about Mark Passio, what he does is, and all his group members, One Great Work Network, I've seen it personally, I'm talking about. He start using those satanic things on them. Long games, twisted things. And what they do is, later on, they twist. Whatever the hell they were doing, they twist it in narrative that this person did it. Because they have a lot of followers, they are well known than any average Joe. So people believe them. But in reality, they're victim blaming. Right? So let's focus on this thing. So what is the cause of all this thing? What drives elites to be so insane? See, when we talk outside the realm of conspiracy theories, about outside the realm of mad people, when we talk in terms of evidence, when we talk in terms of science, when we talk in terms of logic, rationality, actual truth, wisdom, not horse shit that people are spewing online to get some attention. Like they will talk about something truth and they are lying themselves willingly, knowingly. All right. So what they do is they try to wait that how they are going to know? How will people know? They think that they are more wiser than others, and people are dumb, and they will never figure this out. All right. Well, some people do figure out things. Okay. So what elites do is, elites or anybody else, and when I'm saying elites, it's not just elites in sense who have the capital, more capital into this time. I'm talking about people who are thirsty for attention, who are thirsty for power, who are thirsty for wealth, and they are willing to go to any levels to become that maniac who, in the process of achieving power, wealth, this and that, discard and deny his own reality. So there are such people in the world. Typical examples are elites who have become successful in denying their own existence, and there are failures. All right. So it exists in a spectrum, in a variety of spectrum. Uh, like for example, today's in today's time, we have elites like Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and just imagine if these people failed. So there would be they are older elites as well, like your Bill Gates, like your Steve Jobs, influential people, right? So what how they become rich? First of all, see, if we look at the society itself, if we look at the earth from a different vantage point, let's say we are sitting on the Mars and we are looking at the people of the earth, and they are, oh shit, that people of earth cannot see because they are right into their faces, and they have zoomed into that what is in their faces. But if you step back a little bit and you start seeing things from a different vantage point, you see that elites exist on earth among us. All right. And how they become elites is they either exploit people's psyche. What they do, they lie about it to gain some capital, or they confuse people, they run narratives, this and that. They keep things hidden, not per se they are hidden by default. There's nothing hidden in the universe. By default, there's nothing hidden. Okay. Uh, Universe exists. It is how it is. It's not trying to hide itself from something. Then it depends that to whether you have some tools to understand and observe and analyze and see through or pass beyond what is there or not. That's a whole different thing. Hidden is different, and things that you cannot perceive with your naked eyes is a different thing. Okay. So what elites do is they simply have the mechanism, the tools, the right people that they fund to look into that thing. For example, they existed kings, queens, this and that in the older time, and they did not have the slightest clue about microbes, and they used to think that all these epidemics, pandemics, they are falling onto them because of the wrath of the gods. So they used to have these scientists, doctors, uh, people who used to observe. In older times, even elites had a lot of people to work with, and they used to explain them, the science, and that science and that thing elites used in their favor to stay in the power. Like, so it's not like science does not exist and it does not apply. And since elites understand it, so there exist two sciences. No. So what they do is the modern elites like Elon Musk and this and that. First of all, they're not any different from you. They don't know anything better than you. Just they know faster than you, before you. Okay. So there are properties and attributes of reality. There's properties and attributes of you. There's properties and attributes of environment. And when we talk about human life, so you don't exist isolated from the rest of the environment. See, we have an identity that we identify it by our names, by the things we do, and how people perceive us, how we are influencing others. So we, the most majority of the human mind, is limited to these things: how to get something to eat and all stuff, or to get money, to have entertainment. And there are some unwholesome things that we like to hide from others. So mostly we are stuck in that, and that's healthy part. By the way, no, you don't have to become all knowing. That's not better thing actually. To become more analytical, this and that. It's a need of the time, if you ask me, but it's not a healthy way. Need of the time is to understand things, but then what? Okay. So today I'm going to answer you about that then what part. So when you start to see things, you start to see past your limited perception, and you start to see that how this universe, how you are interacting with the surroundings, the environment, the universe, the people, and everything else. Then you start to see that there exists nature, natural law, and we are the creation of nature, on the contrary of what we are going to become in the future if we let this thing happen. That is robot, that is humanoid. Right now we are human, and when I'm saying that we will become humanoid, I'm not talking about myself right now or you. I'm talking about the generations to come. Okay. And still, right now, we still have some time. Let me finish the part where I'm talking about elites, then I will progress into that. So elites are nothing superior anything from you. What they have done is they are exploiting the surroundings, the environment, the nature. What I have explained in my first lecture of the same thing, that I've called a framework on natural law. Okay, so there can exist multiple, countless number of frameworks on the natural reality. And why is it allowed? If you talk in terms of some god, some religion, this and that, that is not up to the mark, by the way. Like, we have a framework of Christianity, we have a framework of Satanism, we have a framework of other religions, let's say Hinduism, Buddhism, or Judaism, or Islam, other unrecognized religions like Scientology. I mean, recognized but nonsensical religion like Scientology. Then we have frameworks of Freemasonry. We have framework of science. Everybody have their own frameworks. Okay, and these frameworks have become like corporation, and now you're feeding into I'm not talking against or for anything. I'm just giving you, I'm making you the judge of this. What I have personally is my personal opinion and my personal understanding on these things. What you are going to develop will be your opinion and understanding. According to me, natural law is the best. Living naturally is the best framework. So these frameworks, they have their own policies, their own regulatory bodies. That is what all these platforms have become. All right. Now let's get a little bit more further into this. So what these elites are doing, they're interacting you with these frameworks. And since you are a natural human being who don't have a framework, and all the frameworks that you had, they're either obsolete or they have already found some vulnerabilities to exploit. Like they are going against religion, they're going against your natural lived experience, even they're going against your psyche. I'm not blaming that they are doing it deliberately, malignantly. I'm talking about the outcome of all these things. There can be n number of ways these things can apply. All right, they can be either like they are not even caring about what the effects you people have from their policies, as long as their system is erected, their system is running. That's my best take. That is actually what's going on. So when you interact with these elites, no, sorry, with your environment, everything is commercialized, everything is capitalistic, and you're interacting with everything through a set of rule, through a framework. Okay, and those frameworks are being protected by different policies. Now, for example, you use 5 platforms. Okay, as a human, natural human, just see how this thing is affecting you. You're using 5 services. There's some video service, there's some movie service, there's some online shopping service, there are legal services. They are also falling into this category now. They are shifting from natural to corporate real fast. Okay, that's why people are being shot at on the street legally, and nobody's doing anything about it because people have discarded their natural law and they've become a part of the machinery. And any other service you can say. So now you are following, you're bound, not following, actively following. You're bound by 5, 10 services, policies. They can be very different from each other. And they all apply onto you. And you don't have any service, you don't have end user license agreement with these companies. Like if you want my service, you're also giving them service in terms of data, in terms of like your life process, and you don't have a end user license agreement with these companies. Can you imagine? And I'm not promoting it, but the corporate or whatever this is one sided. It's not even fair. Okay, now what these elites do in these policies, when they create these policies, once again I'm talking about elites can be anything, anybody who have something over you, okay, who's richer than you, who has more power than you, who has more influence than you. Anybody can be a elite, to be honest. That has some status that is more than you. So there exist multiple elites right now, for example. So do they have same wealth? Do they have same status? No. Okay. And this thing is anti-human, anti-libidinal. Like, go watch my first video. Now, what people crave is freedom. Like if somebody is feeding me, like I'm sitting here, I can get groceries within 5 minutes. Believe it or not, it's in India. I can get anything delivered to my home within 5 minutes. A lot of people will say that this is a good service because there's a person employed. There are like stores opened just to meet my needs like this. There are employees or like partners employed to deliver it to me. So there's a whole mechanism going. So if you go to a court, people will laugh at you and call you lazy, that you lazy motherfucker using these people's hard work. And they will say that this is their hard work, right? But is it helping you? On the short terms, you will think like, yeah, okay, that's very helpful. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to face these marketplaces, these bargaining sellers, this and that, these dishonest people. Now I pick and I get at home. Can be a good model, can be a bad model. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the impacts of this. So what you are losing is you are losing your whole life. Like if you're old enough, you know that they existed in 90s. People used to love to go out in the markets because people were more tolerable. Like people were more tolerating each other, and not just tolerable, friendly. People had friendly interactions, believe it or not. So if there's a celebration, everybody had this spirit of celebration. They were not about that this is some Christmas is some, I don't know, even some crazy festival, this and that. Everything is crazy in life. See how life started. If you look into the scientific background of life, we have become into being from inorganic matter. Believe it or not. So over centuries, over millennia, multiple millenniums. How do you say it? The matter, the water, it evaporated and then condensed and evaporated and condensed and evaporated and condensed with other substrate. And this thing generated complex compounds that we call DNA, RNA, and that after multiple cycles of, at least this is a this is the formal theory about the beginning of the life. It's theory, like Big Bang theory. It's still a theory. Okay, so then we became single cellular organism, multiple, and once again, people who are going to listen to this, like Mark Pesce, they will say that this is Darwinism. Yeah. So what's your explanation about the beginning of the time? So they will not be able to come up with anything. All they have to do is, all they know is to find exploits and to exploit them and self-aggrandize themselves. They themselves don't know anything. Trust me. If you have interaction with people like Mark Pesce and these other people, and you start discussing, and they will force you to believe their point of view that they have deluded themselves with. And if you ask something, if you present something contrary to that, they will get mad. They will start attacking you, mocking you, something for years without restraint. No, they don't have any sense. They're wasting other people's time. In fact, they want to do it because that satisfies their narcissism. They will spew this morality, ethics, whole shit night and day, jumping up and down on a chair. But when they have to show it in action, it is nowhere to be found. There's no morality, no ethics, nothing. Mark Passive even cries about that he does not have any money, this and that. He's living in a simple house. That's horse shit. From I know from within his own cult, people have told me somebody has donated him $250,000. $250,000 that maybe they have divided among the whole cult, or Mark Pesce has it or the big chunk is with Mark Passio. So when he cries about things like he does not have any money, this and that, he's lying. It gets really difficult, this and that. That's manipulation technique. And secondly, this is your choice. Was it not his choice to be like this? How is he imposing his choice onto other people? How is he still aggrandizing himself and glorifying himself with this? Anyway, these people are nothing different from the so-called elites I'm talking about. So what these elites do is, what's going on with my this? What these elites do is they delude themselves and they delude people into things like this. Now let's get back to the natural law. Natural law according to Buddhism. I'm not talking about any Mark Passio's bullshit. Okay, any of these people, they have just mutilated the true natural law and this host they host shit. We have better explanation on this with many centuries experience on natural law than any Mark Passio or anything else. Okay, lived experience, by the way. Okay, not some horseshit theory, some conspiracy theory, some horseshit. There's this thing called intellectual. I don't want to use the word. It's not that. Okay, it's curated. It's experienced. It's lived for centuries. Natural law. So when people fall into elites, so yeah, elites they exploit your vulnerabilities, and you will say that no, I know all my weakness, I know my vulnerabilities, this and that. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about humans. Like for example, if you see, let's say, a snail. I don't know how snail thinks and all that stuff. If any snail thinks, when I'm saying snail, you have a generic image of snail, okay, or a butterfly or anything. You don't have any particular butterfly, particular snail that you have named, and all that, right? You see generic. So in the same way, we are also generic human. We have, like, a snail cannot run. It's a limitation by nature, and anybody can exploit it. The same way we have issues like that. Okay, and those things can be exploited, and we don't need any these aliens to exploit, to be honest. Right now at today's time, we have all sorts of computers, all sorts of technology, also sort of science in general is not the wrong thing, because science is more about the physicality. The issue is technology goes in the dimension of even delusion, even imagination. It becomes toxic because imagination can be positive and negative, can be not even positive negative, let's forget that, plus and minus. It can get like, what is this you are seeing on the screen? Some crazy motherfucker wanted this either from either side onto the country. None of them wanted it on their country. They always wanted this to their enemies. Okay, so this is what crazy spirituality, crazy religion, crazy wrong things. And in their own mind, both sides are right. One side is right for being a sneaky scumbag because they are coming from a very depraved, very weird past history, and they constantly get like people constantly trying to humiliate them, and they are diverts from the reality. They don't want to take the hint that yeah, you're not special, you're not some God's chosen people, this and that. You are not nothing different. You're not elite. Others are not goyim, whatever. They don't want to take the hint here, so people humiliate them. In the same way, these elites wannabe, these chosen people, this and that, they don't see others as human, to be honest. They see others as second class citizens. So, and they all have the same problems. Like they are snail of somebody else's world. So they exploit these things. They exploit these things and they build their narratives around these things. And in today's time, narratives, not reality, delusion, has become the central force of all the systems. Because, for example, right now everything is being controlled by AI. And even AI, when AI makes mistakes, and you as an end user, you send some complaint, some issue, something to any platforms. So they interact you with their policies. They will tell you that this is being maintained by AI. And so, should AI make more mistakes? That's why you have implemented AI. Like a lot of things that they get monitored by AI, and AI makes mistakes. So why do you want, like, something is affecting you and they're interacting with their policies, whatever implementation enforcement through AI, and clearly AI is making mistakes and you cannot do anything about it. So is AI a good thing or bad thing? I mean, AI is making mistakes, so why are you keep using that AI? Why don't you replace it with something else? So these are the excuses they are making, and one of these vulnerability is AI. Once again, artificial intelligence. So people are intelligent. You are intelligent. I'm intelligent. Everybody. There's no single person in this earth who's not intelligent. Everybody is intelligent, and intelligent does not mean the superior, supermost, superlative degree of intelligence. No, intelligent means there's a crow and there are stones and they have water, and crow can pick the stones, put the stones into the glass of water that is half filled, and it can drink. That's intelligence. Okay, so why we need artificial intelligence? So artificial intelligence is required by the dumb elites who are actually dumb, who don't have a process of life even. Don't get me wrong, they're not dumb, they're very sneaky and sharp in those sense, but they're lacking a process of life. They're lacking with the interaction with the reality. Okay, they are lacking a whole life process in reality. They have lived their whole life in delusions, in some sort of fantasy, and they're fantasizing, they're thinking, they're sitting in their countries, thinking about how to hijack other countries, how to cause chaos there, how to disrupt their systems, how to extract their supply, how to make their people, how to enslave their people, how to run their stuff. Okay, so like all other videos, I'm making these videos to educate you how to counter this thing even today. So there's something called life, and there's something called your process of life that has nothing to do with any YouTube, any other platforms, learning from others, this and that. No, when you were born as a baby, you had all those things integrated to you, right? How? Because we are coming from a progression of evolution. Your grandparents, 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 grandparents. This evolution is going on since you were a single cell organism, cell division, this and that occurred, and you have evolved into this. So you already know by nature how to live a life, how to live a intelligent life. It does not have to be the supermost greatest thing. Okay, so when you start to live your life naturally, not through some technology, this and that. So technology and all the stuff have their positive side. But how they are implementing to this time, I don't think they're implementing it correctly, and I have issue with that. Okay, so what they're trying to do is they're trying to outsource your process of life, your organic process. They're trying to make it virtual process that you can experience through these screens, through some neural link, something, not physically, not one to one. Do you understand what I mean here? Why they are doing it? As far as I've speculated, this is speculation, there are technologies in today's time, they exist. Like for example, if somebody has to take you to some other planet, how will they take you there? Their time physically, if they're trying to take you there, there will be time and all stuff. So as far as I've understood, Elon Musk and his Neuralink crap, when he was talking about, they can turn humans off and on. Like for example, if somebody has this Neuralink implemented in their head chip and they are being controlled by digital means through computers, through supercomputer, this and that. That will be interface to a supercomputer, by the way, quantum supercomputer, and can be any computer. Now, this supercomputer, what it is doing is it's partially digitizing your real life experience. It is injecting something, some signal, something in your analog system. That analog system is making you behave in a different way. Okay, so let's say they have really crazy plans. Who knows? All these things are. I don't even know whether these things exist. I'm just speculating. If they exist, they are highly classified or something. They must be, at least as far as my understanding goes. Let's say they want to take you to some other galaxy, Andromeda, closest galaxy, some planet in there. So how can they take you there? So like this, they can switch you off. They can take you there, and then they can make you generate. They can animate your reality in front of you to interact with your life process through digital means. In reality, you are just a piece of machinery. And I'm talking about you specifically. I think this is pointing toward that. Because everybody is given a natural life to experience the entirety of your surroundings, everything else. What's with all these, how do you call it in English, cock blocking, right? Why do they not want you to interact with the nature while they are spending their more and more money to develop these systems and want us to interact through these systems? People are talking about the control, totalitarianism, and this and that, and that's coming. That's true also. In the same time, the totalitarianism does not exist in nature. They are developing a artificial state that they are subscribing you to, and that you're going to be controlled through this artificial mechanism to experience a life that is not real, that is artificial life. You are going to become a total tool for the future. Okay, trust me. Now, how to counter this? The counter is through you, your own agency. Okay, a lot of people they are shy in today's time. A lot of people they are scared, they're confused, depressed, anxious, this and that. They all want to escape the reality. They don't want to live in the reality. They just want to be lost in some TikTok or some video game, some other social media, something. Okay. And when they are lost in these things, scrolling, laughing, this and that, they are missing their own. See, there's something called agency, human agency. When you are born a baby, and now you have to learn something to make your life. And you have to learn those things properly, otherwise they are just disorders. Okay. And when you're lost in these things, these technology, this and that, that's why I don't like computers. Okay, Marcusio. All right, idiot. Whatever the hell your tiny two brain cells tell you about me, it's wrong. Marcus said that people that they don't like computers. Yeah, he thinks that technology use is great. Okay, so the more you interact with the life, the more you interact with this process that you already have, the more reality you will enforce, more boundary you will maintain with these unhealthy, unnatural digital technological systems. All right, how do you maintain this boundary? How do you enforce this thing? You enforce this thing by living a healthy human life. Healthy human life, physical and mental. Okay, and that can only happen when you can interact with your environment in a healthy way. And you are, since you are a part of environment, what's wrong with this generation in today's time is, I'm not talking about some specific Gen Z, this and that generation. I'm talking about these days, this time. So people have a distortion in the channel that they use to interact with the nature, with their surroundings, and that channel, that distortion can be internet or some other technology, your specific personality flaws, mental distortions, pathology in your personality can be antisocial personality disorder or narcissism. Some people exert too much, like they become dominating. They think that they have mastered everything, they've understood everything, so they suppress others. That's once again wrong. To suppressing others, like the lunatics, usually grandiose narcissists or psychopaths, they think that they should have everything and others, they should suffer. They don't give a fuck about others. So narcissists and psychopaths, if they want to live a healthy life, first of all, whatever the hell you are living, that's not healthy. You, you are doing things for your self aggrandizement, for your narcissism. You're so grand, you're so wise, you're intelligent, this and that. Okay, idiots. No, on the top of that, doing that whole shit, you're suppressing the normal common people who have better chance to maintain this reality, because not everybody is deluded like you. People who are living in peace, they are more good enforcers of reality than these disordered narcissists, psychopaths, all these type of people. Okay, so when normal common people live their normal common life, the society stays normal. Okay, we don't need any rules or this and that whole shit what Mark Best tells. And the more you are going to contribute to that natural, healthy mental and physical life, the less other processes that are artificial will develop around you. The less you're going to feed into all those systems, they will shrink and the healthy life will expand. Now, this healthiness and this and that, this discussion of other videos, but this is how you defeat the lunacy of these lunatics, of these so-called elites. Okay, by living a good life, by being a healthy person, by being a healthy member of society, by spreading the healthiness, the natural, normal, average life, not mediocre. I'm not talking about to become a mediocre. No, maintain the healthiness, maintain that platform, that framework of life instead of these corporate policy based garbage, artificial platforms. When you're feeding into somebody's policies, you're implementing that. When you're feeding into your life policy in your natural life, okay, so this is how you reduce this. These things will never be over. There will be always something in some form. Don't waste your time in fighting all these things. Don't waste your time to go one to one, this and that. Be more wise, be more intelligent, be more understanding, be more. Don't be aggressive toward any corporate, this and that. This is not one time game, one time fight. You can defeat, they can be defeated. You can find some exploit, this and that. This is every single day's work. If you did it every single day, those things will vanish on their own. You have to just maintain your boundary that I'm a natural human being. This is the healthy thing for me to do, and I will maintain this thing. No, thank you. If you want to run your policies, if you want to run your business, if you want to run your corporation, do it. Nobody's stopping you. I will not be a prick to you. But I will not let you use my life as a supply to your system. I will not let you use my life, my process, my data, this and that, to feed your system, to enslave me further. No. If you want to do it. I'm doing this. So live your life naturally. More naturally, these things will be part of your life, but no doubt. There will always be computers, there will always be mobiles, and that this technology can grow itself. Nobody's stopping it. Nobody's stopping any anybody else. So just imagine how much time it takes for a person to get an apartment, a house, to build a house, to start a family, to do all that stuff. And all these psychopaths on all the sites, this is what they're giving you. This is the future. This is the a pile of dirt. So you want to live this life like this? When you live in too much luxury, this and that, this is what you get toward the end. But when you live a balanced life every day, balanced, not freaky about balance. Balance means balanced, naturally flowing with the life, doing natural things more. Most of the things should be natural. And you can do other things as well. Nobody's stopping. But you should know that this boundary is healthy. I will use the computers this much. I will do this much. I will not play this video game 15 minutes. Nobody plays 15 minutes. 1.5 hour. And this video game 1.5 hour. This video game 1.5 hour. Then I will go watch some other shorts or TikTok or this and that. And then I will go watch this video, then that sport, then I will have some junk food, then I will fight on internet, troll somebody. Okay, so this is the general schedule of today's people usually. So this is very unhealthy. You are doing the time division, you are preparing a schedule, this and that, and everything is about the same thing. It's not about to minimize the time to play one type of game or other. Schedule should be like this, that this much is virtual, anything, computer, TV, this and that, movies, this and that. Because in today's time, people did not grow up without technology. We did. So we at least try. Trust me, it is very difficult to us as well. But we have more control over this, to shut things off and to sit without any of these electronics. Although it's getting difficult for us even. So instead of wasting your time into news, into this, into that, into war, into doom scrolling, into video watching, video game playing, anything, do things like cooking, learn a different thing, go out on fishing. I don't know. There are rules everywhere in America. They are coming to every other countries. People cannot fish. Do something in nature at least. Go sit on your rooftop. That's better than this. Go watch some birds. Anything. I'm not saying I'm not going to use the same crap that internet use. Go touch grass. That's bullshit. Go take a walk in the woods. There are all sorts of issues. Like I don't know. Be safe from your side. Don't go crazily. Have a plan, but interact with the nature more. Okay, every single day. The more you're going to interact with the nature, the better you're going to feel, the better will be your life processes. Okay, and then we will take things from there. We will see that what we are going to achieve later. So I think this is enough for today. Thanks so much.